Hi, Claudia here from Create with Claudia, and today I'm going to be showing you the August block for the Mystery Quilt Along. I can't believe it's already August. So here it is. It's the pinwheel block. It's very easy. It's a nice, very well-known block, and it's fun to put together too. The only tricky part is that center, and we'll go over that further later in the video. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along on all of my projects. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where I try to post daily pictures of things I'm working on, other people's projects, and other fun things like that. So thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the video. Alright, so like I said in the introduction, this month's block, or the August block, is the pinwheel. It's a perennial favorite. I mean, you see it in so many different patterns and quilts. I love it. It's a nice summery pattern. It just reminded me of summer, so I thought it would be perfect for the month of August. And it's a really easy block to put together. If you've been following along with the Mystery Quilt Along, we've done half square triangles every month, and this month is no exception. And actually, this block is all half square triangles. So I'm going to tell you what you need for this. This is the one I used for my blog pictures. And for this, in every month, I use that white with the light green, white with the green polka dots, and then this month I use that light blue as the pinwheel. So for this month, you're going to need 2 fat eighths. You're going to need a fat eighth from your background fabric, or the fabric that I've been using all along, which is this. For the video, I've been using this brownish gold, more gold tone, beige gold. And like I said, it's white with the green polka dots in the block. So you're going to need to cut from that fat eighth, you're going to need 4 squares, cut 4 1/4 inches. And then for the other pinwheel color, I used red for this, and you're going to need a fat eighth of this, and you're going to cut that into 4 squares, cut 4 1/4 inches. And that's it. That's all you need to cut. And now we're going to make the half square triangles. Again, easy as can be. So let's get started. Before I start, the cutting that I just gave you was for 2 blocks. We are going to need 2 blocks this month. We're using the the scant 1/4 inch seam as usual. And each block that you make for the 2 blocks, they should measure 6.5 inches. So 2 blocks measuring 6.5 inches. And that's what the cutting was for. But today I'm just going to show you how to make one of them, and you can make the other one on your own. So let's get started. So for this one, you're going to need to get 2 of fabric A, 2 squares of fabric A, and 2 squares of fabric B. And on the lighter of the 2, if I can get them apart, these aren't pressed real well. I'm going to have to press those a little bit better. In my case, fabric A, you're going to draw a diagonal line from corner to corner. Right here, this ruler's not quite, I think I can make it work. So anyway, from corner to corner, you're going to draw a diagonal line on the back of the lighter fabric, just so you can see it. And I'll go ahead and do that on both of these. Okay. And then you're going to take your 1 square of fabric B, lay your fabric A, or whichever, the lighter fabric, on top. So you can see that line, see the line you just drew, and line them up, pat them down a little bit. Here's the other one. And if you cut right, they should fit right. This one's a little wee bit off, but that's okay because I put in a lot of wiggle room when I make my half square triangles. We are going to trim these down, so I have lots of wiggle room, so that's not a problem. So the next thing you're going to do is take it over to your sewing machine, and this is your sewing guide. It's not your sewing line. You're going to sew down each side of this line that you just drew 1/4 inch on each side. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back, and I'll do that on both of these. Okay, so I have sewn down each side of that 1/4 inch. You might be able to see it better here. There you go. You see my 2 lines, they're my 2 seams right there. And now I'm going to take my rotary cutter and split it down the middle. I am going to cut on that line that I drew. So now you have 2 half square triangles, and we're going to cut the other one. There you go. Always close up that rotary cutter. I cut myself the other day on it, so just be careful when you're using that. All right, these are ready. Now you're going to press them. I'm going to press to the dark, and you can see them there, and then we're going to have to trim them down to the size that we need, and then we're ready to piece this block together. So I'm going to go press these, and I'll show you how to trim them down. Okay, so I've pressed my half square triangles, and now they're ready to get trimmed down. They each need to be 3.5 inches square, so that's what you're going to trim them down to. So I'm going to get out that ruler that I used again. I like this ruler. It has a diagonal line printed on it, which I line up with that. It makes it so easy to cut these up and trim them the way you need them. And then of course you find your 3.5 inch measurement right there, and that's how you cut it. But first I'm going to start on the one corner and get a nice even corner, nice even starting point. You can see it's lined up there, and I'm going to trim. All right, so as you can see, nice and even. So that's my starting point, and I'm going to put my 3.5 inch, did I say 3.25 before? I'm not sure. It's 3.5 inch blocks. That's what you need to cut these to, is 3.5 inches. So there's my 3.5 inch. Hopefully you can see that. I'll move it up a little bit. Make sure it's lined up here, here, and along the diagonal. And as you can see, I do put a lot of extra, not a lot, but I do put a fair amount of extra wiggle room in my triangle measurements so that I can cut them down, just so I have some wiggle room there and I can cut them down evenly. So there's your 3.5 inch square. I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of these up, or cut them down to 3.5 inches, and I'll be right back so we can sew this block together. Okay, so these have been trimmed, and now we're going to lay them out and piece this block together. So to do that, just have a little bit of play here. This is actually the trickiest part, not laying it out, but piecing it. This center point is a little tricky, and you want to make sure you get it nice and sharp, like on this one here. So it may take a little bit of time. It's a lot of pinning, and that's why I try to make my measurements real accurate on this. So let's see. Oops, I think that's right. Yeah, I take a look at it before I sew it together. Pinwheels are really easy to twist around when you're sewing them. So basically what I'll do is I'll sew this to this and this to this, and then we'll be ready to piece it together. But right now I'm going to piece these two together and then these two together. Now one tip here, because I pressed to the dark, these are going to nest nicely right in here, and this is the side I'm going to sew down right here. You might want to, I would put a pin in here so that I get that nice sharp joint right there. That'll help you down the line. So I would put a pin right in there. You can see where they match nicely. Just helps keep it so there's no spreading or stretching when you sew down this side. So I'm going to do that, and then again with this one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. These have been pressed. I pressed again to the dark. Get that fuzzy off of there. It's driving me crazy. You can see there's going to be my seam allowance right in there. That's going to help me line up those points, and now we're going to join these two together, and this is the trickiest part of this block. And because I pressed to the dark, I pressed to opposite sides. You want to pin, and you want to take a peek there. Just fold that back. It should be, as long as you use the good, an accurate and seam allowance, you should be good. And what's going to help you here is, you see that where that joins right there, where those two seams cross each other? That's going to be the point of your, you don't want to sew over that. You want to sew on it, or maybe just a hair underneath it. But as close to that as you can get, and that will hopefully give you a nice sharp point. Doesn't always work that way, especially sometimes if I'm having a good day or a bad day, especially if I'm having a bad day, I should say. So I'm going to pin in there, right there, and then I'm going to do that last seam right along here, and fingers crossed it'll be a nice sharp point. So I'll be right back. All right, it wasn't too bad. I'll keep that seam. I'll take that. That's not so bad. So there's my pinwheel for August. Nice, fun, simple. Like I said, the only tough part is that center seam, and boy, can that give you headaches if you don't sew it quite the right way. And I've had some where I just couldn't get it right and I just had to scrap the whole thing and re-sew it. But here's the one I did for the blog photos. I love that. Nice, happy, summery colors. And then again, doing the Christmas colors for this one. And that's your blog for August. Thank you. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I always love it when I get new subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Create with Claudia, where I post daily things. Hope you give those a look too. I post some fun projects, sneak peeks of things I'm doing, all sorts of fun things. So I hope you're having as much fun as I am on this mystery quilt along. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.